we are at station number 1, and we're going to go ahead and take a tour through this. This is probably one of my better stations. It's built in 1970. It houses the administrative component of the fire department, which is myself, the fire chief, the 4 battalion chiefs, the training officer, and then the fire marshal, along with some of the other line staff. Currently, what we try to do is have at least 2 at this station to operate our truck, and then if we have extra staff, we'll put a squad or an M unit, what we call, which is a pickup, which is a quick medical response unit to handle some of the calls and stations around this district. So why don't we go on inside and we'll start to give you a look at what we got inside. So come on up. You usually come through the vestibule, and then you have to go through the security where you buzz in, and the secretary Julie Pena will let you in, and then you come in and you can do your business here in her little area. Within the vestibule, we have some of the old stuff from the other stations, and we do some collections for the city and things like that. But as you can see, it's still kind of tight. Not a lot of room, not a lot of storage, and that's going to be pretty much the theme for this station is the storage component. And I do have some of the same issues as the others as far as separation, but certainly nowhere near drastic as what I had with the other stations. So as we transition into this room off to the left, this is our watch office, or our radio room. This is where the firefighters will do their reports and some training and things. As you can see, again, we got stuff stacked up around the windows. Over in the left-hand corner is where we test our monitors. Again, not ideal what we'd like. We'd certainly like to have a separated room for them to be able to do those testings, but you know, as far as size goes for the trainings and doing reports, this room works out fairly well. And then as we come into here, and then just off to the left is our battalion chief's office, and our battalion chiefs are our shift commanders. They work 24 hours a day, just like the line firefighters, and there's 3 of them that work out of this office. Not much I can do with this. Again, very, very small. It is a little uncomfortable for the battalion chiefs to actually have some sort of a meeting with any type of personnel in here when, you know, there's a bed sitting right in there, and it's not conducive. So they usually have to try to go somewhere else to have a meeting. So we certainly like to have a better office for these gentlemen. Through that door is the fire marshal's office and the training officer's office, which we'll take a look at here in a minute. And as we come in through here, again, this is a very good example of space limitations. As you look at the secretary's desk, she just has no place where to put multiple files, things like that. So she does the best that she can. So the idea is of a new station to make sure we have the appropriate room for her to work in a good work area. So as we go through her office, this used to actually be right in here. This used to be a conference room, but we have run out of space, so we actually had to create a separate office for one of the battalion chiefs, and we'll take a look in there in a minute. And this is the fire chief's office. This is my office. Again, adequate size for me. I have absolutely 0 complaints about what I have. Construction-wise, you know, things have been going well. We've only ran into a few little problems throughout the building. And a little bit of history: this building was closed for about 8 years, and it only had administrative offices in it. And then we actually brought the firefighters back down. As we take a look in here into the other battalion chief's office, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but again, not a lot of storage. We need more room to store things. So he's kind of shoehorned in here. He's making the best of it. So well before I took over, we did house dispatch, and this used to be 4 separate offices at one time. And what we ended up doing was we combined 2 of the offices into the other 2. So now we have 2 larger offices because they were just too small for anybody to really do any quality work in here. So what we did is we turned this one into the training officer's room, which is it's pretty good size. He's able to get a lot of his work done. We have a table in here for him so that when firefighters need to take exams, they have a place to come and go where it's quiet. So yeah, this size works out really well for the training officer. Again, it's kind of chopped up as we walk around. Marshal's office is just down here, and it's almost a mirror image of the training officer's room. It just has a little bit more. It's got a little bit of a bump out for him to review plans on. But again, he's kind of shoehorned in to limited on space. He really needs some more space. We need more space in the station to be able to, again, store our smoke detectors and stuff that we like to give out. They really shouldn't be being stored in his office, unfortunately, but we just don't have any other place to really put it. This is basically our quasi, one of our file rooms that we're trying to get rid of some of the records just through the record retention policy that the state's adopted and the city follows. We've had to just make do with what we have. 2 bathrooms. We got a female and a male bathroom for staff to use. And then this hallway transitions into now more of the firefighter side of the operations. This is their living quarters, and then I'll take you downstairs in a minute. This is the day room. This is where the firefighters are able to spend some of their downtime and relaxation in the evening. You know, a good size. Really, I have no complaints about that. I think it's certainly adequate for what we have. The station was designed, I believe, to have up to 13 firefighters a day. So, you know, we do have space for the living and for the guys. It's just where we're running out of is storage space. So, around the wall is the kitchen. And in the kitchen here is again where the firefighters will eat and prepare their meals. By far the largest kitchen that I have of my facilities. And then in through here is the utility closet, slop sink, electrical room, kind of overflow stuff where we keep all of our cleaning supplies. And then out through here is the bay. So we'll take a quick little walk around here, and I'll show you what we got. We have 5 bays, and we'll walk over there. But all of our gear and stuff is stored over there. As I said in the other videos, we try to get as much separation, or we need as much separation away from the living quarters as possible. One of the issues that we have in this station, like all the others, is where the turnout gear is stored. There's no ventilation. There's no way to protect it from the UV light. It's actually just hung on hooks underneath. So we'll take a walk over there, and as we go, I can kind of explain things. The bay floor itself is in good shape. The ceiling seems to be, and the roof seems to be in good shape. I believe that was just replaced a few years ago. This station also houses our regional response team, the hazardous materials vehicle, and then on the other side of that is the technical rescue team trailer. One of the things I'd like to point out as well is, as you see here, our hose rack. And the way our hoses has to be stored in here, it's these open racks that are scattered throughout the bay. As I've said in the other videos, we like to have drive-through bays so that we're not having to back in and out. We don't have enough storage area to store the hose and our other gear, so we have to actually swirl it around some of the bay areas. So there's no way for me to have my large ladder truck be able to drive around and pull through, even though it's set up, so my ladder truck has to back in. Not ideal. I certainly don't like that, but that's the situation that we're in when it comes to some of the storage out here in station number 1. Now the hazardous materials vehicle, that's able to make its way around. We don't have to back trailers up, which is perfect for it. So as we come over here, so this is what I mean by our turnout gear. You still get the UV light coming in from the sun. There's no separation as far as from this out into the bay, so people are still able to breathe in if the guys haven't washed their gear. which really should not be an issue at this station because this is one of the stations that we do have the gear washing machine at. So after a fire, they should be washing their equipment up to make sure that they get the carcinogens off. But going forward, you know, we have to do something. We have to do something with this just to keep that separation away. I do not have any type of decon area out here in the bay, other than where there's a hose over there, which we'll show you. It's better than what I have in the other stations, but still not exactly what we're looking for. So cascade system. This is where we fill all of our SCBA bottles. This is brand new. We received this on a grant, which was fantastic. The guys that wrote that grant did a great job. This is about a $30,000 unit that we're able to get through the federal government. And let's see. Not much of a work area back here if we have to do any small maintenance or stuff. So, you know, as you can see, the theme is that we're just packing stuff in. This is a perfect example of running out of space. You know, I got my hose washer here. I got stacks of hose. I mean, we got to push right up to the back of the trailer. Certainly not ideal. Not what we're really hoping for. I guess just kind of taking a quick shot out the back. Over the years, we've had to actually add a small garage for more storage, and that's pretty much filled up in the back with our lawn equipment and some more hazardous materials. As we kind of work our way back into the bay here, what I was talking about as far as what could potentially be called a decon area would be right here in this building. You know, we do have a shower that we could actually decon somebody off with. So this actually isn't bad. I'd take it if this is all that I have. This is what I'll go with, which is fine. So really, that's about it out here in the bay. Why don't we go ahead and go upstairs, and I'll show you the living quarters of the. As you come up the stairs, this is the living quarters of the firefighters. As I said back in the day when we had 13 staff that were stationed here, there's dorm rooms on both sides, locker rooms, and then you have the bathroom in the middle. Since we don't have that amount of staff, we've kind of transitioned that up. So over to this side, we have a separate bathroom that is somewhat for the females, but at this point right now we don't have any of them that are stationed out of Station 1. So the guys are using that with some of the lockers that are in here. The basic theme of like all the other stations, it's the old open dorm. Works fine, other than it would be nice if we had separation for the females and anybody else, to give some privacy and some places to just go and be by yourself. So up here we have six beds, which is more than enough we have coming out of this station. We'll just we'll go to the other side. And this used to be, as I said, another dorm room at one time, but what we've decided to do up here is give the firefighters a second place to lounge, and then they do have a small exercise area for them to work out in the evenings or during the day when we have some free time for them. And then right off of here is their locker room. You know, we got plenty of locker rooms in here. Or enough lockers, I should say, for the firefighters. And then into here is the bathroom with a couple showers, which again we have more showers than most of the other stations that are only operating with one, so we can have multiple people getting cleaned up. When we reopened the station, we actually started to discover a lot of plumbing leaks and plumbing problems that we had with it being closed for 8 years. What we found with this shower, and we're still trying to track it down and figure it out, is it actually leaks on us. So, you know, if we are to stay in this station for a long time, we will definitely need to do some remodeling and upgrades to particularly the bathroom facilities. But right now things are working okay. I don't think we're in dire straits. And then through that door right there, which it's locked. That's where we store. It's the same as that locker room, but we use it for uniform storage at this point. As we come downstairs, this is the training room that we have right now. It's gone through some renovations as of late and some technology upgrades. It's a decent size, but yet not big enough. When we try to actually put on a pretty good sized class, it's very crowded in here. Anything over 20 to 25 people, and it's way too tight. Makes the learning environment a little more difficult. So as we walk through here, we'll take you back into the back rooms here for some of the storage that we have done, and we're starting to clean it out as much as we can. Again, just another hallway, and then off of this room used to be the training officers' room, but what we've converted this into is our SCBA repair room. What we have to do, I mean, some of the things that we have to stay on top of as far as repairing SCBAs, keeping them flow tested, and having all of our people fit tested and things. It's more economic for us to do that in-house than to have somebody always coming in and doing it, or having to ship the equipment out. We just needed a room to be able to do it, and the room has to be secured because of the documentation that we have to keep, and the equipment has to stay calibrated. So we've converted this into the SCBA techs room. We've ran some lines down here to make it more friendly for them with the air, and they're doing a great job. I mean, it's still in transition. We're still trying to put it together, but this is a great room. I'm really happy with this, and the guys are working hard to make that something. And then through this room here, this is where we keep all of our station supplies for all the stations, on top of all of our files and a bunch of other stuff. Now, we've already cleared out a bunch of old files, but yet, as you can see, we got stuff strewn around all over the place. We just don't have the room to house everything that we need to in the modern day fire department. And so as we transition into the storage room of supplies, again, my hats go out to the crews that have been working really hard to try to organize this and clean it up and make things. But you have to remember that we keep all the supplies here at Station 1 for the other stations because they don't have the room to store it, so we house it and then we ship it out periodically through the week when they run out. Down here we're also having to keep all of our extra turnout gear and other pieces of equipment that we just have no other place to store it at. So like anything, the basement tends to be a catch-all of stuff. So the main theme, as I've been saying, is space in for this department, or this station, I should say. Just our boiler and our electrical room. Pretty much a brand new boiler in the last couple of years. Seems to be working pretty well, but our HVAC stuff is getting old, and we're always constantly having to do maintenance and repairs on it. So regardless if we stay or not, this will certainly need some upgraded work on it. This building has traditionally had heating and cooling problems. With all the way that it's been redesigned, it just doesn't flow real well. And then just to show, here's our emergency generator that's in that room that gets tested once a week. Well, that's pretty much it. We've toured the entire facility. The outside is pretty small. We just have a parking lot. As far as the actual structure of the building, is really fantastic. It's in very good shape. It needs some cosmetic work, and it needs some tender loving care as we go on. Like any building, it's built in 1970, so it's pushing 46 years of age. The storage is the biggest issue here in this station, and then some of that separation that we talked about out in the bay. But overall, I feel very good about this station. As we go forward, some of the plans is to vacate this building and combine this one with station number 3 at another location, and then hopefully have the city use this for more of just a logistical storage type area for not only us, DPW, or anybody else in the city that needs a little extra storage. So overall, I'm pleased. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and if you have any questions, please
please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you again. Have a great day.